Hey there, and welcome to today's class. Today we'll be doing a full body yoga routine just to keep our bodies nice and active and moving and get a nice little stretch going. So we're going to begin in a seated position. So legs crossed, eyes closed, hands on our knees or our laps. And we're just going to take the next few moments just to settle in, center ourselves here on the mat, and bring our focus to our breath. Taking a nice full breath in through your nose, maybe sitting up a little bit straighter, lengthening out your spine, and relaxing as you let it out either through the nose or the mouth. Taking another full breath in, and a calming breath out. Then dropping your chin towards your chest, you're going to roll your head over to the left side. Bring your left ear to the left shoulder. And with your right hand, you're going to stretch it out, keeping your fingertips just on the mat to give yourself a nice little stretch on the side of your right neck. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can take your left hand, resting it on your head, just to deepen the stretch. Then releasing your neck, you can roll your head over to the right side with your left hand outstretched, fingertips hovering just off the mat, and with the added option of resting your right hand on your left ear. And straightening your neck back out. And place both hands onto your knees. We're going to go to some seated cat-cows. So taking a breath in, we're going to pull our shoulders back, lifting our chin up. And on your exhale, bring your chin to chest as you round your back out, pushing the shoulders forward. Inhale, pulling your shoulders back, opening your chest out. And exhale as you round your back out. Just going through this motion at your own pace. Just really focus on linking our movements with our breath. Going through one last round. And you can come back into a casual seated position. We're going to swap our hands, bring our left hand to our right knee. And with our right hand, we're going to place it behind us for support as we move into a spinal twist. So taking a breath in, we're going to roll our shoulders back, opening our chest out. And on your exhale, we're going to twist, pulling our right shoulder back and turning our head to gaze behind us. And releasing yourself from a twist, you can move on to the other side. So right hand to left knee, left hand behind. Breathing in to straighten your back out. And exhaling into our twist. And then coming back out of your twist, you can meet in a tabletop position. So on your hands and your knees, with your shoulders over your wrists, Just going to go into some circular motions around our wrists just to get them nice and warmed up. As we move in the one direction, and then change over in the other. And then keeping your left hand grounded and your right knee grounded, we're going to raise our opposite hand and knee, straightening it out, coming into a nice balancing tabletop. And from here, we're going to take a breath in, and on your exhale, we're going to bend our knee and our arm, bringing them to the sides. Inhale to open back out. Exhale to pull to the sides. Inhale to bring our arms to center. And then on your exhale, you can bend your left knee to the side, bring your right hand down. As we place our left foot down with our toes pointed to the side, heel in line with your knee. And from here, we're going to push ourselves back, focusing on keeping our left knee over our left ankle as we bring our hips to the back. Coming back up straight, can bring our knee back down to the mat, and we can move on to the other side. So straightening our right leg out, lifting our left hand up, bringing them in line with your spine. And then on your exhale, bending both limbs, bringing them to their sides. Inhale to spring to center. Exhale to the side. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the side one last time. Before bringing your left hand down, placing right foot down to the side. And then very gently and slowly pushing your hips to your back foot. And coming back to center. And bring your feet back together. We're going to go into a downward dog. So both feet tucked in. You can lift your knees up before raising your hips, pushing back as we go into a downward dog. Yeah, we can just pedal our dog out, bending one knee at a time, just feeling our bodies out. Focusing on keeping it nice straight back, it hanging nice and loose. And taking a breath in, we're going to raise our right leg up, keeping your leg straight for a three-legged dog. Before exhaling, placing your foot down, we raise ourselves up into a warrior two. Engaging our core, keeping our balance, as we have a nice straight line from our front fingers to the back. And then flipping your front palm, throwing it over your head as we come into a reverse warrior, with our backhand either resting on our back leg or doing a half bind behind our back. Inhaling back into our warrior two, and we're going to straighten our front leg as we flip our palms, bringing our right hand down to our front leg, with our left hand up as we come into a triangle pose. And straightening ourselves back up. We can bring both our feet together, standing at the top of the mat. And then on our exhale, we're going to come into a forward fold, keeping a slight bend in our knees. Taking a breath in, bringing hands to knees or shins as we lift our chest up halfway. And then on your exhale, bringing hands down to mat as we step back into our plank. Holding here for a breath in. And then exhaling, dropping both our knees before bringing our chest and our chin down. Laying our forearms out in front of us as we lift our chest up, rolling our shoulders back for a sphinx. And then exhaling, tucking your toes as we push back into a downward dog. Taking a breath in, lifting our left leg up nice and high, keeping your legs straight, hips nice and square. Then exhaling, placing your foot between your hands as we come into a warrior two. And flipping your front palm, throwing it overhead to the back of the mat as we come into our reverse warrior. And shifting back into warrior two, straightening your front leg as you bring your left hand down to your shin and your right hand up into our triangle. Straightening yourself back up, bring your feet together to the top of the mat, taking a breath in a mountain pose, and exhale into a forward fold. Inhale to go into a flat back. Exhale into a high plank. Inhale to hold. Exhale to either lower your knees or you can keep them straight as we bring our whole front body down to the mat. And hands still below shoulders. You're going to inhale to push your chest up into a cobra. Before exhaling, back into your downward dog. And from your down dog, you're going to walk your hands to the back of the mat, coming back into a forward fold. Taking a breath in to lift your chest up halfway. And then on your exhale, grabbing the backs of your legs, giving yourself a gentle bend in your knees. So you just hug your chest into your knees, getting as close to your body as you can before releasing and relaxing. And then tucking your chin into your chest, you can slowly roll yourself up one vertebra at a time until you come into a full standing. And then spreading your legs slightly wider than hip length. We're going to go into a wide-legged forward fold. So hands either on your hips or behind your back. As you take a breath in to prepare. And then on your exhale, hinging over your hips. Bring your chest forward as you keep your back as straight as you can. And then once you've reached your limit, you can just relax into your fold. Inhale to lift your chest up halfway. And on your exhale, you're going to shift your weight to the right as you fold your chest over your right leg, still straight. And just feeling that nice little juicy stretch in the back of your right leg. Releasing, coming back to center. Inhale to lift up halfway. And exhale, folding over your left leg. Coming back to center. Then you're going to heel till your feet is closer together. And we're going to bring our hips down, keeping our heels flat on the mat. As we sink ourselves down into a yogi squat. And then placing our elbows onto our knees, we're going to push them out apart, bringing palms together. Just to get that juicy extra stretch in our inner thighs. And then setting yourselves back down, you can straighten both legs out in front of you with your feet together. You're gonna have a slight little bend in your knees if you need to. So you take a breath in, straightening our back out, pulling our shoulders back. And on your exhale, you're gonna hinge forward, focusing on bringing your chest as close to your knees as you can, and with your hands reaching out towards your toes. And slowly rolling yourself back up, bending your right leg. You're going to place your right foot just outside of your left thigh. And then you have the option to either choose to keep your left leg straight, or you can bend it, bringing your left heel to your hips, and then wrapping your right arm around your left leg. Now place your left hand behind you as you twist, pulling our left shoulder back, and turning our head to gaze behind us. And releasing ourselves from our twist. We can swap our legs over. So right leg straight as we place our left foot outside of our right thigh, choosing to either keep your right leg straight or you can bend it. And then hugging your left arm around your left leg, right hand behind you for support. As you take a breath in to prepare and exhale gently into our twist. And very slowly unwinding ourselves. You can come meet me laying on your backs. And then keeping both your legs bent, we're going to go into a bridge pose. So making sure your feet are close enough that you can touch your heels with your hands. And then once your feet are nice and gripped, you can begin lifting your hip up, followed by your lower, middle, and then upper back. Raising them all up till you have a nice straight line from your knees to your shoulders. And then choosing to either stay here, or you have the option to clasp your hands below your lower back. And maybe even raise your heels up to come onto your tippy toes. And very slowly and controlled, you can unclasp your hands, dropping your heels. You'll bring in your upper, middle, then lower back, and find your hips all the way down to the mat. You can windscreen wipe your legs from side to side just to release any tension you could be feeling in your back, in your spine. Then straighten your left leg out. You're going to hug your right knee into your chest, grabbing onto your shins or the back of your knee. And just drawing some circular motions with our knee, giving ourselves a gentle hip massage. And then changing in the other direction. Before releasing your right hand, laying it out to the side, with your left hand, you can pull your right leg over, coming into a supine twist. Really focusing on keeping your right shoulder grounded. So just let your left hand rest on your right knee, or laying it out. And you have the option to also turn your head to gaze to the right. And turn your head and leg back to center and swap over, hugging our left knee into our chest, drawing those nice little circles with our knee. And then changing in the other direction. Before laying your left arm out to the side, you pull your right leg over into our twist. And turning our head to gaze to the left. Turning your head and neck back to center. You can lay your legs next to each other as we bring our arms by our sides, nice and closed. As we come into our Shavasana, where we can just relax, take some nice, even, calming breaths, and we just clear our minds and drift away. And taking a nice deep breath in through your nose, feeling the air fill up and energize your body, and then letting it out through the mouth. Bring your focus back to your body, wiggling your fingers and your toes, moving your wrists and ankles. And bring your hands above your head as you do a nice full body stretch like we're waking up in the morning. And you have the option to either stay laying on your back, or you can come meet me in a seated position with your eyes still closed. And you just take a moment just to reflect, take note on how we feel, give ourselves a little mental pat on the back, making time for ourselves and looking after ourselves. And one last time, taking a breath in as we bring our palms together up to our chest, and exhaling as we bow to close our practice. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you found some benefits, something you can incorporate into your daily lives, into your daily practice. Please let me know in the comments if there's anything else you would like me to do. And I hope to see you again soon on the yoga mat.